Welcome back to the Cut the Film podcast. I'm your host, James. We have Kim right here.
Yes.
We have Heaven right there.
Heaven.
We got the notorious Richie right here. Seems preoccupied. And we got Josh in the corner over there.
Yeah, what up? What up?
So how's everybody doing today?
Good.
Fantastic.
Fantastic?
So great.
So what has everybody been up to during the week? Since you said you're fantastic, let's start with you, Heaven.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your fantastic
not
week.
Started today. My week was not fantastic. Today is fantastic because my week is over.
Yeah,
I worked from home, but like, I don't know.
Get bored at home.
Yeah. And so lonely. So I hate being there, actually. So I'm not there right now, and that's great.
Okay.
That's good. That's
You
good.
should invite your friend Kyle over.
What about you, Kim? What you been up
What's
to?
the question?
What have you been up to?
Oh, okay. I've been up to Halloween things. I've been doing Halloween stuff. Like I went to the Sugar Mint gallery yesterday. I
What is that?
recommend you guys to go. It's like a I'm not sure if something was filmed there from Halloween, but they have like movies like, you know, from Thursday to Sunday from this time to this time. The gallery is open from 1 to 8, and then they have like movies after where you can like sit down. That's free, but the gallery admission's $20, and it has all this like on like what is it? Michael Myers like memorabilia, Hocus Pocus
Ooh.
memorabilia.
Where is this?
Yeah, it's at the Sugar Mint. Yeah,
Sugar Mint?
it's the gallery
What city?
in Pasadena.
Okay.
So I would
For all you
recommend
folks
it.
in Southern California.
Yeah, there was a lot of Michael Myers animatronics. But
Michael Myers, the king of Halloween.
oh yes, I don't even like. And then you look at the dummies, and they literally have the effed up eyes. You know his eyes.
Yeah.
They have the effed up eyes. It's so cool, like the detail. And then they have like the when Laurie Stroud's friend, I forgot her name. She's a blonde girl. She was like having sex with her boyfriend in the room, and then that guy,
PJ Souls.
PJ Souls, yeah. She's still alive.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
I interviewed
met
her one time.
Yeah, I met her.
Yeah.
But anyway, she had that, the person in the sheet.
Yeah.
She's like, I want a beer. So anyway, I had that
See
like set
anything
up,
you
and it
like?
looks.
Do you remember that scene?
Oh yes, I did. She takes off her top. She's like, see anything you like? Yes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But there's like artwork for like $12,000 a piece. It's like of Jamie Lee Curtis.
So it's just a lot of stuff
As
relating
Laurie
to the
Strode.
the franchise.
Yeah, and they play backyard movies in their backyard for like, I guess during Halloween time.
Michael Myers is my favorite.
I love him. He's so
Horror movie
misunderstood.
Is he?
He is so misunderstood.
I mean, he's hard to understand.
Can't even talk.
Does he talk?
Doesn't speak English.
well, I understand why he's so
My
effed
name's
up.
Jeff.
He doesn't speak because his work is how he communicates.
Yeah,
The
he'll
knife is
F
his
you up.
voice.
So he's not a nice guy then.
No, but guess what he's been through a lot.
He's not a guy I want to get stuck in
So-
traffic with.
He's a okay guy.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's given us some
You
good
guys could hang
movies.
out on the
So
weekend.
Yeah.
he's given us some good movies. So we'll cut him some slack.
Yeah, since 23. I think he was 23 when he was supposed to be Michael Myers. That's like his
Okay.
age, what his age is based on.
In
So-
the original Halloween.
Yeah,
That's
in the original
all-
Halloween.
that's
So I
23.
feel like it's very accurate with 23-year-olds, kind of crazy. They want to kill some people.
You want to, you don't do it.
Oh.
But
But he does. He has a lot of reasons to do it. He had an effed up
this
childhood.
is the other appeal of Michael Myers. It's not just that people are scared. He's like their
He's
personality.
the epitome of
He can
fear.
do what others only wish that they could do. He gets
Oh my
people get to
God.
watch Michael
Wow.
Myers and live out their fantasies on
Yes.
screen.
Yes. I totally get that.
Yeah. You're
He's
fine.
like, yeah.
So what have you been up to, Richie? Now that we're done disturbing you,
Disturbed me. Wait. Nothing much.
nothing much.
Just Well, what is there to do in a pandemic?
Watch
Not
the
much,
Lakers.
not
Chilling
much.
at home, watching.
Sports.
You've been watching the
Started
Lakers.
Oh yeah, of course. Lakers, Dodgers,
Okay.
my Eagles.
Which
Sucking it up.
time?
Oh.
Watching.
Oh.
I started watching Yellowstone.
How's that?
Not bad.
Is it about the national park?
I was gonna say, what is
No.
that?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. What is it about?
It's about this. Kevin Costner's the main character, and I guess his family founded the town of.
Like a
Yeah,
farm.
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone.
He's
What?
like a cowboy, kind
And
of.
he's
Like.
they're cowboys.
Where is it? Is
Montana.
It on, no, but where is it? Streaming. Is it like on television or is it cable? Or is it streaming?
It was on. It's on Paramount Network and also
What can you watch? Is that a
NBC?
channel? Like an
Paramount?
actual channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
It
newer
used to
channel.
be,
I think.
it used to be Spike TV.
Yeah, they ended up turning to
Ah.
Paramount, but It's on there, and then it's also on NBC if you get the Peacock.
Peacock.
I saw like 5 episodes.
Let me fly.
It wasn't
5
too bad. And then I watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I
Yeah.
did watch
We're
it.
actually going to save
You
that
did
for
your
next
homework.
week. It's not
I didn't.
everybody's the
Don't
homework.
talk about it now.
Richie
But
does
it's
his
okay. It's
homework.
okay. It's okay. You'll be prepared for next. What about you, Josh?
Same. Just been watched that movie when
One
I didn't
Flew
even
Over
know
the
it had dropped on Netflix until I was like, oh, you know what?
I mean,
my girlfriend
s-
just put it on, and I was just like, all right, let's
Well,
watch it.
Since it's connected to Ratchet and Ratchet's on Netflix, they're gonna want to
Oh,
put
so
that
it
on.
is.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
The
Oh,
nurse,
I was talking to her
so
about it. I was like, you
Nurse
think there was-
Ratchet in
okay.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is the same nurse
This
on
is
the
a
show
prequel.
Ratchet.
Okay.
So the show's the prequel.
I'm a message her. Be like, hey, we were right. We were right.
We
So
were
they're
right.
connected. So that'll be our big topic for next week. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Yeah.
Nest
You
and
guys try to
Ratchet.
figure it
Yeah,
out.
but yeah, just started getting into the Halloween mood. Ended up watching Hocus Pocus yesterday with her.
Hocus
That's
Pocus.
great. That's a great movie.
I mean, it doesn't have to be
Directed
straight
by
horror,
Mick Garris.
just overall like anything.
That's a Halloween
That's-
movie.
that's a
total
year-round
Halloween
movie.
movie.
Today.
Year round.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but we were watching the show The Haunting in Hill House.
That's an excellent show.
So
It is a
at
good-
least we diverted,
Did
even though it's not.
Season 2 drop yet or no?
I don't
Oh,
know.
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if
no,
it's
that's
dropped.
Blind Manor. That's a different.
No,
one.
but that's the sequel.
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
the-
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
the
because it's a miniseries, so it's like an anthology, like where
okay,
each
so it's
season
like-
is a different story. So the first one is The Haunting of Hill House.
Ah,
Next season's going to be The Haunting of Bly
They
Manor.
did bring back a lot of.
Really? All right, I gotta finish.
If you like,
watching that.
did you?
No, is
That's
that
just the-
related to Haunting of Hill House?
No,
No.
but
Oh.
it's the director of Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor,
Oh.
and it's a sequel to The Shining. So they picked a good
Yeah.
director. to
Oh,
do
you'll
that.
love it.
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep
That's
is
a
good.
good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
adrenochrome. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dr. Sleep is good because it's different from The Shining. Even though it's a sequel, you don't
No,
feel like
there's-
you're repeating the same thing over.
There's
again.
never been a movie like that, really.
What,
until
that
now.
kind of sequel.
Because
Yeah.
it goes in depth with like everything that else's story that's
Yeah.
in there. It's
It's a
not just
totally
The
different
Shining
movie from The
itself.
Shining. So we're in the Halloween season, so we're going to be talking about some horror movies and Halloween stuff. But before we get to that, I wanted to get to some news. One of the big pieces of movie news this week is that The Lion King, that atrocious live-action adaptation, is getting a sequel. And the sequel will be directed by Barry Jenkins, a director of a couple of good movies, Moonlight and what's the other one. But I find it very. What are your thoughts on all of this? What do you guys think of Lion King 2 coming out?
I'll just be honest. The first one
Nobody
I
wants
hated
it.
so much. I was very disappointed.
So Beyonce is reprising the Nala role. And
For
that's
me,
No
it's really
Beyonce.
cheap.
No,
It's really
then
cheap.
Why even add it on? Why not?
Okay, so the director
It's
also
really
did
cheap.
If Beale Street Could Talk with Regina King, which she won an Oscar for.
Haven't
More
seen
like
it.
musical movies. One second.
What
No, never mind. I'm thinking other movies. Sorry.
Beale Street Could Talk is not a musical.
No, it's
No.
not. No, it's not.
What do you think of this, Josh?
Not happy for it. Didn't like the first one either. Just, I mean,
You
very.
Just gonna make money. Just to make money.
just to make money?
Yeah,
Why
Yeah.
a sequel? Like,
to make money.
How about you,
for-
Kim?
Disney.
But Lion King 2 wasn't. I mean,
Lion
Lion
King.
King 1.5 was
Sequel.
like much
Kids
live
better. It
action.
was more entertaining. Do that. Have it.
How old
have
are
it-
you? Are you 30?
Why? No.
Because
It's
that's
close.
how old are you?
28.
Oh, okay, so the same era. That's my
Yeah,
era
he's close.
too.
We're close to the same era.
I think it
Yeah.
does not need to be made. I think it's cheap when Disney gets involved in like sequels. Really, I think it's very like
There's no reason for it
it's
to
just
exist other
money.
than
It's money, and it kind of shows the worth of a person. Like I'm just saying.
Aren't
So-
they working like on a live
so-
Pinocchio or something?
I mean,
I have no interest in this movie. The only thing that I find interesting is the director of this, Barry Jenkins. I actually really liked Moonlight. I thought that was a good movie, and
Oh, yeah.
he's a good director. But he does like I guess you would call like indie or art flicks or whatever you want to call it, like A24 movies. I find it really interesting that he would be going to this. My guess is that he's just doing this for like a big paycheck. Because if
Because it's Disney.
it's Disney. If a studio gives you a paycheck and the movie makes a lot of money, usually directors like that can make whatever they want after
After,
that for
yeah.
whatever budget that they want. So to me, I wonder if it's just like a ploy for him to get a bigger budget.
Point. But Disney just fired 28,000 people, so I feel like I'm mad at them for wanting to make all this money and taking
Letting
care of
people
their
go
employees.
so they could save their money.
That's the story of corporate America. Well, let's not get into that.
It's another podcast.
For another podcast. For another podcast.
I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, I think we all
Joe Rogan.
for the Joe Rogan podcast. Yes, love that one.
We'll be in there one day.
One day.
Mr.
Invite us
Rogan.
on, Joe.
Oh my God. Speaking of my ex-boyfriend, he was on a podcast against some kind of big guy. He was just talking about politics, and this guy was eating him alive, which is funny. I just needed to share that. So funny. But this
so
guy,
are you delighting in the humiliation?
yes. I mean, I don't hate him. I hope he's doing well, but I'm just saying, like,
It was funny to see.
oh God, he was
So
like,
he was out of his element.
yeah, like this guy is like on a podcast on a show, like on I don't know
Yeah.
Fox or something, and he's just ripping him. I'm like,
This
wow.
guy actually do politics.
Yeah, it's about politics. He's like a liberal, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So
And he lives in Boston.
That sounds funny.
It's like if we got it on a podcast and try to talk politics.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Mm-mm.
I have so much to say.
stay tuned. We might start a political podcast,
Orange-
but we'll separate it. We'll separate it from this. We'll separate
Orange
it from
lives do not matter.
Orange light. Oh, you heard it here first. So before we get too dark, well, fuck it. Let's get dark. We're gonna start talking
It is
about
Halloween.
Halloween movies. Movies to watch around Halloween. The best scary movies. So, I'm gonna start. No, you're not as big as a horror. I think we got some horror movie fans here. I'm gonna get started with you, Kim. What's some movies that you would recommend around
Okay.
Halloween, and what are your favorite movies or TV shows too?
Okay, Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat,
That was a good one.
Yes.
Anthology.
Yeah, anthology. That anthology is great. Even if you were to go with the other one with what's her name? The girl with
The Dragon Tattoo.
no. She's like an actress. She does an anthologies too. She's kind of famous for it. She's an old actress.
Oh, you're thinking of Trilogy of Terror.
Yeah, that's
Karen
right.
Black.
Yes, Karen Black.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
That's good. I mean, I like, but she was in Burnt Offerings as well.
I love Burnt Offerings.
I love Like, I recommend that movie,
Burnt
Burnt
Offerings.
Offerings. It's an older movie, but it's really scary. And then I recommend all the Paranormal Activities. They're all great. Even though they were shot like for like $1,000.
They made money.
They made
it's
money.
the most. That's actually the most successful franchise in history
Yeah,
because
I'm
of how
happy
cheap the
for it.
movies are and how much they made back.
That makes
Make a
sense.
movie.
The Blair
I
Witch.
know.
The Blair Witch you have
On
to
my
watch.
phone.
So the Blair Witch, and the Witch, any of the Conjurings.
Okay.
Annabelle. I love Annabelle. I love the first Annabelle. It's so good. And
The
then
first
the
one was
rest are
good.
like, okay, but you watch it and it's fun.
Do you like Annabelle more than The Conjuring?
Yeah, a little bit.
What are some actually really quick has anybody here ever seen Trilogy of Terror?
Never heard of it.
Trilogy
1980s,
70s.
70s.
It's a 70s movie. It's with this actress Karen Black. She was in House of a Thousand Corpses, Rob
Oh.
Zombie movie.
I like that. one.
It's really good. There's 3 different stories. One of them the most famous story from that movie is one revolving around doll.
Oh,
The yeah monster or whatever you call
oh
it.
yeah, he's from Tales of the Hood. Tales of the Hood too, right?
No, Tales from the Hood has a completely different.
But they're voodoo dolls. So these voodoo dolls kill people, and they
Voodoo
awake when
dolls.
you say
Equally
something.
as
I don't know.
terrifying
I don't
then.
mess with voodoo.
Oh
dolls.
yeah, yeah. I
Straight
love
up.
them though. I love voodoo
You
dolls.
love voodoo dolls.
Be careful.
Well, I love Charles Lee Ray from Child's Play. I can watch him all day. I show my son. I have a 7-year-old, and I show him things before bed, like Child's Play 3 the other night.
Okay, so before some of the
That is
parents
a
on
lot.
here start freaking out, I need to give you some background. I've been watching horror movies since I was 6 years old, and I know a lot of people think that you shouldn't show kids horror movies.
But they're fun.
Bullshit. I swear, seeing horror movies from a young age kind of opened up my imagination, helped me to grow up a little bit faster, and I am so grateful that I had a dad who would always go out of his way to take me to Blockbuster. And
Okay, so your dad did it with you.
Yeah, it
My
was
family
with
did
my-
it really mean. Like they
Oh,
would
no.
lock me in a room and make me watch scary
See,
movies.
okay, see, if I were
So
scared of
I
it,
am terrified of scary movies
Oh,
now.
okay. So I think if I were scared of it, I don't think they would have forced me. But since
Yeah,
my
no,
dad
they were
saw
really
I
shitty.
responded
I'll be
to
like,
it.
hey, I'm gonna go to the restroom,
me-
just never come back.
Can you
So-
go 2 ways? You could watch horror movies and turn out to be you, or you could become
Me.
Then you become
Like,
like,
hey, I came out perfectly normal and healthy. I would like to think, anyway. I know I say some unhinged things
Hey,
from
what's
time to
normal?
time.
What is normal?
Normal is how you define.
I agreed.
What about you, Heaven? What is? I think there's a fight going on here.
Yeah.
My favorite
Everybody just wants to
Yeah,
fight.
or what are
Halloween movies.
Yeah, movies to watch around Halloween, horror or otherwise.
Mine are more lighthearted.
That's fine.
But well, I mean, The Craft, which is not lighthearted, but it's.
I was gonna say I don't think
It's
The
not.
Craft is lighthearted.
It's not, but it's lighter hearted than I don't know. I would say like Chucky. You know?
Kim, do you like The
right?
Craft?
Oh my god, yes.
It's
The
like one of
Craft.
the better witch movies. I
Have I
think.
seen The Craft?
Okay, now have you guys heard about the new one coming
The
out?
girl from
since you
Wonder
brought it up.
Boys.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
All right,
I really
it's-
hate remakes.
Okay,
Remakes.
It's gonna be heading straight to
remixes.
video on
Sorry.
demand. It's gonna be. It's not a remake. It's gonna be in the same universe. Like it's a sequel.
So like their children or something.
I don't know if it's their children, but I know that in this
Grandchildren.
movie, the
I
events
remember
of the
that
first movie took place.
They're not that old.
I know.
So that's going to be dropping on Amazon on October 27th. Just about 4 days for Halloween, I guess, just to build up the anticipation for that. I have kind of mixed feelings about that one because I
thought
love
it was
The
a
Craft.
remake, so
Oh no, it's just
I'm
you
less
call like
disappointed.
a soft reboot, something like that. Are you excited for The Craft remake, Kim?
I'm very curious. I'm glad it's not with Kristen. What's her name? Kristen Stewart. Like they always remake her with. I cannot. I like her. I respect her, but like I don't want to see her
She
every
doesn't need to
freaking
be
time
in-
I see a sequel or or a remake. I don't want to see that. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really never excited to be honest for like sequels. They don't really make
You
me
want to
happy.
see something new?
Oh yeah, I feel like everything was done the first time right, and that's why it should die there. But
I don't
money.
know. You never would've got like
Money.
Terminator 2.
I mean, that was the best sequel in the world.
Okay, so that's like an exception to
It's
the
an
rule.
exception
It's
to
the
the
only one.
rule.
What other ones do you watch around?
Hocus Pocus. I watch that all the time, though. I'm not even kidding. I watch it year round.
That's just the
But even more during Halloween. Teen Witch.
There's a bunch.
Most people don't know that movie, but it's
Teen
great.
Witch?
Yeah. It's really corny, actually.
I've never heard of Teen Witch.
You've never heard of Teen Witch?
No.
Is that a
Teen
Disney movie?
Witch.
I don't think it's
Is it a
Disney.
1989.
Yeah, it's an older movie.
American
Teen Wolf.
teen,
Teen Wolf.
fantasy
It's super
comedy.
corny, and the message is terrible.
So is
but
Teen Wolf.
What's the message?
I mean, the movie basically is just this girl who's not popular, and she becomes a witch, so she makes herself popular. And at the end of the movie, she like has the choice to either be popular still or learn a lesson and go back to her regular life. She stayed popular. She was like, no, fuck that.
She went that way.
I want the fame. I want the boy.
She went
I
that
was
way.
like,
She's that
alright,
kind of
I
person.
guess.
What a wonderful message for the
You know?
youth
What a
of
great
America.
ending, though. You would
Popularity
expect
is
it,
the
like,
way.
I'm gonna go back. I learned.
But
my
also,
lesson.
I do like The Conjuring. I like scary movies, just not by myself.
So you have to watch them in a group of people.
Yeah, like in a theater. That's it. I can't watch them at
2
home. by
o'clock in the
myself.
afternoon.
2 o'clock. in the
Me at
afternoon.
home with my cousin, we watched The Ring when we were like 12, and then the movie paused on like just her face, and I was done.
Oh, the
after that. Yeah,
horrified
so
face?
She's all.
That's-
I was done. So The Ring, I don't do scary movies at home anymore.
Oh.
I
Would you
know.
do it with a big group of friends?
I mean, it'd have to be at least like 10 people.
10 people?
Yeah.
They scare you that much?
No.
7 people is not enough to make you feel.
I'm okay, 7.
Okay.
It's
Seven.
like,
It has to be
you
like
guys
I have
all
to be
around
in the
that.
middle of at least, I don't know, 3 people on each side. So yeah, 7 is good.
Ten.
7 of
3
us.
behind, 3 in front.
One in the back
She gave me
hallway.
the first
I mean,
option.
you don't have to be back against the wall. It's fine.
What about you, Joshy?
I mix and match on it. Like I said, first one I watched was Hocus Pocus. You have TV shows, a movie on Nightmare Before
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. So, going towards more horror. Well, for sure, The Exorcist. I like alien movies myself too. So like Fourth Kind, Conjuring for sure, The Grudge. That movie. My head. See. I think I gotta go.
I think I gotta go.
I really need to start getting more into like the older like 80s, 80s, 70s horror film. Really haven't gone too in depth with those, but those are ones that I for sure have on my list to watch. I try to do this whole thing where I watch one scary movie or something the whole month. Last year it didn't work out. I totally by the time
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh damn.
Oh,
This
for
year
me-
I was like, okay, I gotta dedicate it. Even if it's not a movie, I'll watch the show. Like even if it's an episode or anything that has to do with horror. That's
I mean, I already watch a lot of horror throughout the year,
yeah, of course.
but I watch even more when it in Halloween.
You
You
have
gotta
to.
check out some of like the 70s horror. Some of the 70s horror is really great. A lot of 70s and 80s.
Those are
I'm more with the ones we get,
usually like slasher movies.
Well, in the
Slasher.
80s, there's a lot of slasher movies. In the 70s, you have good variety. I mean, I know like the Texas Chainsaw is a slasher, but you have movies like The Omen and The
Oh
Exorcist.
yeah, Children
you
of the
had-
Corn.
That's the 80s. But that is actually that's from that
That was
early
the 80s?
80s.
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
Children of the Corn's 80s.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers.
That's late 90s.
No, I know.
Isn't
Was
Was that
isn't
late
guy a
90s or early
pedophile?
2000s?
Early 2000s.
Yeah, the director of the Jeepers Creepers was
I'm sorry, Mr. Creepers.
Sorry.
Oh, no wonder it was
Jeepers
Jeepers
from
Creepers.
2001. Any other movies, Josh?
Dead Silence. I hate puppets, so that one's me the hell out every time. I
you
like playing
Puppet
video
Master?
games too. Huh? Puppet Master. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You seen that?
Yeah, it's just, it was a high one. I was like, screw it.
Yeah. Air bump. You like Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Got a masterpiece.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oscar worthy.
Have you seen it?
I saw part of it. And
Oh, you got to see the
Oh,
whole thing.
no.
It's wonderful.
She ends up
Clowns
getting back
from
with her
space.
ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
all-
totally stupid, but you got to see it anyway.
Oh, I'm
It's
down to
just
see
so
it.
Perfect
dumb that you have
nostalgia.
to watch it. You
Okay.
have
it's one of
to.
those movies.
I
Oh,
love-
yeah,
I
one of
love
those
those
movies.
movies.
Those
Those are the best
The
kind.
clowns
Yeah.
are all like this.
I hate clowns though.
Clowns.
walk-
I just
like,
watched
move
it
like that.
too. It was
like a
Started
funny-
reading it
like-
too. Also,
Jason X. I know
Jason.
it's not a great horror movie, but I like it
It's Jason X.
because it's so like
Freddy versus
Funny.
Jason.
Yeah.
the way he
Freddy
kills
versus
people.
So bad
Jason
it's
was a
good.
good one.
Like when he
was
kills
funny.
those girls in the sleeping bags.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But they do it
yeah.
in a find a way
Yeah.
to do it.
That's pretty funny.
What are some of the movies you like to watch around Halloween?
I don't really like go like, oh, it's Halloween, so I'm gonna watch horror.
Okay.
I mean,
that's
I'll
fair enough.
watch whatever. But I mean, if we're talking just horror, Insidious is one of my favorite horrors.
Insidious. Is,
Insidious.
forgot to say that.
Yeah.
Good one.
What's your favorite part?
I remember that one scene where the dude is walking. He goes into I think his son's room and he sees like someone walking outside the door to like the window, and all of a sudden he appears inside the room.
Oh, that was the girl. That was the lady.
That was the
she
lady.
was cleaning and then like she saw the
Okay.
little boy. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
scariest part.
That was a good one. And also when they
Scare?
that song the tiptoe
Tiptoe.
tiptoe.
Bye.
You see the I don't know if it's like a devil character or demon
That
or
Darth
whatever
Maul. That
sharpening
Darth
yeah
Maul
Darth
character.
Maul, sharpening his nails.
That was a good movie.
I mean, I
Ru-
also like The Conjuring.
What about you,
The
Mr.
Conjuring?
Timothy?
What about me? I don't watch horror movies. I'm just kidding.
Are you making
I'm
fun of
just
me,
kidding.
Riz?
I thought you were just
No,
a-
I'm just
I thought
joking.
you were just a rocker.
I'm joking. I watch a lot like around Halloween because I watch so many horror movies. I try to like go through ones that I haven't seen. So I'll go through like online or through lists. I like what are the most
Mhm.
because I feel like I've seen all the classics, like like Nightmare on Elm Street, The Exorcist. But if I'm hanging out with people and friends, and a lot of people would be surprised if not movies. So if you haven't seen The Exorcist, I will show that to you. If you haven't seen The Shining, I will show it to you. If you haven't seen Halloween, if you haven't seen the classics, then
I've seen them. Ever again.
Oh,
The
it's
Shining
great.
specifically really ruined my life. Like
The Shining terrifies you.
oh my god.
You know that it was shot in Yosemite?
The Shining?
Yes.
I was not aware of that.
The
What?
hotel.
Oh yeah, the hotel that it was shot at.
Stanley Hotel.
We
in
went and
Colorado?
we stood by the elevators where the like
Oh, wait,
all
the
the lights came
Stanley
out.
Hotel.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
It's in Colorado.
Sure. No. It's
No,
in
no, 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 no,
Yosemite,
no.
No, no,
California.
That's the hotel that inspired
it.
the
Never mind,
story,
yeah.
but that's not the one that they
no,
actually
it
use in the
was-
movie.
Damn it.
Everything okay?
Having a good chat.
Yeah, we're good. What?
Yeah.
So
I try to okay, I have a question actually for you, Heaven.
No.
No. Do you what do you think of like slasher movies? Like, like
Okay, April Fool's Day, I remember very vividly because we just had this like random video tape in our house that had no anything on it. which is dangerous to put in your VCR always because you never know what that could possibly be.
They probably die in 7 days if you pick up the wrong.
Honestly, or you're like watching your parents do something that you don't want to see your parents doing. Like there's so many things that could have been, and it was that movie, and so it ended up being like a movie that I liked. But I actually don't like slasher movies. I prefer, like, if I'm watching a scary movie, I prefer paranormal movies.
Oh, okay, but do slasher movies scare
hang
you?
out, girl.
Do slasher movies scare you?
No, not really.
So you want the movies to scare you? No, because I don't think slasher movies are scary either. They're more of a fun thing.
Yeah, they're
like,
funny usually. That sounds bad.
To me.
Like
they're not funny.
Like Happy Death.
I like to see
they're
people
funny.
stabbed.
No, they're funny. I don't care what anybody says.
They are
80s
funny.
slasher movies are hilarious.
Yeah.
The characters, the cliches, the stupid decisions.
Because
the
they're
way
all
people
coked
die,
out. Yes.
the coked out
That's why.
teenagers.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love slasher movies. They're like my cinematic junk food. I know they're
Okay.
trash.
Yeah.
I know that they're really dumb.
But you're like, yeah.
But I love watching them. They're so entertaining. They don't scare me at all. But
yeah, paranormal
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
one of our hosts right here, Kim, has to sign off. She has.
Yeah, I gotta go kill someone.
Sounds good.
Okay. Goodbye.
Part of her Halloween duties.
Part
Have
of
fun, Kim.
Halloween. Be safe.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Peace out.
Over here.
Is this?
Oh no, I might as well
Yeah.
just stay
Okay.
over right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep you company. I'll go there.
Unless you want me to keep you company.
No,
right
you're
here.
good.
I always do that.
So sad.
Would you like me to move over there?
I'm just, it's fine.
So we're gonna switch away to horror. I'm gonna ask you so which between these two franchises, I don't know if you call this, but which one do you like more? Kill Bill or The Matrix, and why? We're gonna start with Richie here.
Well, for me, it's easy. It's Kill Bill.
It's easy. Why is
Yeah,
that easy?
I mean, you obviously know Quentin Tarantino's my favorite director. You would think that.
How do you guys just know who the director is? Like, do you look that stuff up?
Oh
well,
yeah.
I know.
Really?
Well, Quentin Tarantino is always advertised.
I don't know
I
who
mean,
the-
I guess,
I don't
yeah,
know who
but
the
like,
director of Matrix is. It's probably a
See.
The
famous guy.
Wachowskis.
Famous guy.
Who?
The
Why do people just
Wachowskis.
know stuff like
Wachowski?
that?
Mike Wachowski?
Well, if you like the movie,
The
enough-
Wachowskis.
Well, I
I-
watch every single Quentin
okay.
Tarantino movie, so that's why I just know Kill Bill. So.
I was gonna say I love Hocus Pocus, but I don't know the director. But I
Nick
actually
Garris.
Actually,
do. Yeah, I was gonna say I
Nick
actually do.
Garris.
So
I
never
actually
mind.
met him one time at a horror convention.
Really?
Nice.
Nice guy with like long white hair,
Long
Aw.
white hair.
very angelic looking hair. Pretty
He's
cool.
gonna be my grandpa. And it's fine.
It's about women empowerment.
Hocus Pocus.
Kill Bill.
Hocus
Oh.
Pocus.
I mean, yeah. Think about it. The
Kinda.
best, basically, the best characters are it's freaking Uma
Females.
Thurman's females.
Kick-ass
Uma
characters.
Thurman, and then freaking what's her name? Uma Thurman's not Black Mama, right?
Yeah, she is. She's
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
Okay.
There's
I was thinking of the one that gets her eye poked out was Black Mamba.
no, she is California Mountain Snake. California.
That is.
Do
What
they
do
all
you-
have snake names?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, they all have snake
gonna go by
names. They're
Queen
all
Cobra.
yeah, because it's
Is it
the
Queen
deadly
Cobra?
Yeah.
Huh?
the deadly Viper
Yeah,
assassination squad. So they
Deadly
all
Viper.
have
The dialogue just awesome because it's Quentin Tarantino.
More entertaining, more colorful.
Yeah.
Matrix is like you gotta sit down. And be
Obviously,
like,
Matrix
"Alright,
had a message behind it and stuff like that.
What if
But,
they took the
Maybe
red
that's why I
pill?
liked it more.
but then I'm hearing that a lot of people didn't like the second and third parts. Like they like part
the,
one,
the sequels.
but
Well-
the sequels were not that great.
I wanted one of the reasons
Were
I'm
the twins in one of the sequels?
I don't even know.
The two twins with the
I
dreads.
I just watched the
I
first
don't
one.
remember, but
No,
I do
watched
remember
all of
that
them,
the
but-
sequels were
They were like
awful.
albino twins with dreads.
They're
How
probably
do you
in the
not remember
sequels.
them? They were like,
Albino.
They're probably in the sequels, but
okay.
Well,
that-
the reason I'm
those are the ones that I
comparing
like.
The reason I'm
With the
comparing
white-
these
yeah, I
two
know what
is,
you're talking about.
Quentin Tarantino loves The Matrix. The original one, he said it was like one of his favorite. So when he did Kill Bill, he hired the same stunt coordinator, Yuan Wu Ping, also did the stunts in it. He said that when he was making Kill Bill, the second Matrix was coming to theaters, and he was a little bit nervous because competition. And then when he saw that it was awful, he said he left the theater. He's like, "Oh my god, that sucked! My movie is gonna blow it away." So,
I guess I have to watch the first Matrix again.
It's been a
Since
while.
Quentin Tarantino really liked it.
yeah, he does, but Quentin Tarantino still made it better. Oh, we got to my opinion first. What's yours, Josh?
No, I agree, Kill Bill for sure.
Kill Bill for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched The Matrix. The first one for sure was my favorite. After like the second, halfway, third one, I was kind of like just. But Quentin Tarantino for sure. I like all the movies he's came out in, so I would choose that one for sure.
Do you like The Matrix?
I like The Matrix, but
Not one of your favorites.
I was like the first one. The first one is good. Like I give it out, but as a trilogy, for sure, it wasn't like one of my.
I agree. It was like as a sequel, Kill Bill
Yeah.
2 is
a little bit
pretty
better.
much after.
But we're not comparing the
But we're
sequels.
not. We're just comparing.
No,
the
we're
first
comparing
one.
them as a whole, as a franchise.
are we?
Yeah, but you
I
could,
still
as
choose The
a first
Matrix.
movie, you could still pick, say, the
Well, I mean,
obvious.
if The Matrix 1 was better than 2 movies,
No, yeah, I still would choose.
I still pick The Matrix.
Okay.
I like the sequels too, though.
You like
Of
sequels?
the Matrix. I don't like Kill Bill because it's a lot of like killing and blood and gory, and
That's what makes it.
I
the
don't
best
like
part.
movies like that usually.
That's just his style.
yeah,
I know
he
that
always has,
one
like,
movie
one
that
big
he
epic-
has with the car and like everyone
Death
like
Proof?
Death Proof.
I saw like
That's women empowerment
10 minutes
too.
of that, and I was like, this is too much.
I think we're getting another guest on the podcast. This is Stefan, the Lethal Weapon from the Brat Beats and Maladies podcast. As you can see,
Hello,
he
Mr.
I
declared
Yeah.
saw
war.
an open seat.
Yeah,
I saw the doors open. I just walked in. I don't know what's going on.
we're gonna ask you a preference question, but I would just like to point out him walking on there with his Tupac shirt. He's declaring war on me right now. This is meant.
Oh.
We're the opposition. So
I
what
see
we're
that. See that.
West side.
we
We
side.
side.
We side. So
So
I'm gonna
he's
ask.
from Baltimore.
Okay, so we're gonna get to heaven.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're gonna get to heaven. I'm gonna ask for this question, and I'm gonna have you answer it after. Okay, Stefan.
Yeah.
Of course, my horse.
Okay, so go on. Why else do you like The Matrix more than Kill Bill?
That's really just my main reason is that it's not as gory, I guess, as Kill Bill. Like Kill Bill is really Matrix, like Richie said. I couldn't remember which one. But I think it was Richie said it has a message more than Kill Bill. I don't remember Kill Bill really. I just know that
Kill
there's
Bill
a lot of
doesn't
killing.
have a message. It's
No,
style
It's
over
like about
substance.
killing, right?
Yeah.
She's getting
It's a-
revenge
it's a
though.
revenge
Revenge.
film.
Yeah.
The message of Kill Bill: don't fuck
I love
with moms.
revenge. But
Well, actually, at the end of the movie, there is something
No.
a message. It is a little bit about motherhood and
Mm.
growing
Yeah.
up in the end, and how you don't mess with the you don't mess with her
Who's an
cubs.
assassin?
that's true.
You don't mess
Yeah.
with the mothers.
Who's an assassin?
It's an assassin. So, what about you, Stefan? Do you prefer The Matrix or Kill Bill?
I mean, The Matrix is legendary. Freaking brought kung fu to a new audience, really,
Yeah, I did. That's
and
for
all
sure.
that different type of choreography. Legendary movie with all its breakthrough and special effects and stuff. But I'd have to give it to Kill Bill. Just I just like that one more personally. And Quentin Tarantino is a fucking genius. I don't know who the director is for Matrix.
The Wachowskis.
The Wachowskis.
I really thought
They
you were
got
gonna
nothing
come
on my man
here and be
Tarantino,
on my
feel me,
side.
son? And
This
yeah,
is
you're
an
right.
easy
Way more
choice.
gory, Evan.
It is.
In Quentin Tarantino movies, it's like you chop off a limb and it starts squirting like
Oh, it's a shower of
It always sounds
blood.
like a Steve
shower
McQueen.
of blood.
One of the interesting things about Kill Bill is that I know people say it's gory, but I have a hard time seeing it as gory because it's so gory that it becomes not gory to me because it's so far removed from reality. All right, when
It's
you
not
chop
realistic
somebody's
like
limb,
that, yeah.
limb off, and some of these people look like they're bleeding more blood than a human body holds.
Has.
Yeah, and they're like spurting
True.
Yeah.
like endless. I'm like, a human body does not hold that much
Fountain.
hold that much
That
blood.
person is dead now, and
So-
their heart is no longer pumping. Yeah, I
And
feel
I,
that.
I get it. I know some people don't like Quentin Tarantino because they think that his approach to violence is cold or like so I get that it's not for everybody. However, to me, movies are where you can create things that you don't see in the real world.
That's what it's about.
I'm not
True.
so offended by the violence of Kill Bill.
Okay,
I actually find
but let
it
me
all-
ask you
yeah.
a question.
Billy,
Yeah,
Billy,
yeah.
Billy.
Do you think that the way that they do like the Fast and the Furious movies now, like after I don't know when The Rock came into them and they have like superhuman strength and can jump super far
Well, it's The
distances,
Rock,
like
so-
Don't
is
blame
I
that
guess-
on The Rock. They were doing that way before The Rock.
Okay, I
Yeah.
guess it depends on the approach of the movie and what the movie is going for.
Yeah.
Because I like stuff that's ridiculous. Because should bring that up because Kill Bill, a lot of the action is ridiculous, but Quentin Tarantino, when he's making it, he's aware that what he's acting is kind of absurd.
Mhm.
It's like an homage to a certain type of kung fu film, and it's also heavily influenced by anime. And a lot of anime is violent in a way that's kind of
Yeah.
over the top. So those fighting
That's
scenes,
why
were
it's the based.
Yeah.
often the blood is spurting like in ridiculous amounts. I
Ow,
kind
my
of feel that's
ears.
like
yeah.
an anime car. So I like The Matrix, but the thing is, I think I saw it too late.
In life?
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because by the time I only saw it for the first time like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I
Damn.
know. I skipped over it for a long time, and I feel by the time I saw it, every scene I'd seen parody to time. So
It does that.
all that stuff might have been like mind blowing the first time you seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it took some of those. This is good and all, but I feel like I'd seen this before. And Kill Bill, I have nostalgia for it, and I saw it when it was fresh before it became. And I don't think Kill Bill was actually ever parodied like.
I think I saw Kill Bill 2 before I saw Kill Bill 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Kill Bill 1. It's got Lucy Liu in it. I love that whole saga.
Kill Bill 1.
Pussy
Volume
wagon.
1. I thought he was saying something else. And so.
No, there is a vehicle in there called
I
the
did
Pussy
see it,
Wagon.
Yeah.
That's what she drives.
She drives, yeah.
So
You're like, I gotta watch that
Lucy
one.
Liu as all right. These are the names.
Do you
There's
remember that?
Uma Thurman is Black Mamba. Lucy Liu's Oranishi is Cottonmouth, which is
Bam.
another kind.
Cotton.
Vivica A. Fox was Copperhead. Michael
Vivica
Madsen was.
Fox is in it?
Yeah, she's in the
Yeah.
first one.
And her daughter's gonna get revenge.
Yeah, she's in the
Yeah.
first one. She's Copperhead. She gets mad at her and says, Black Mamba. I should have been motherfucking Black Mamba. Gets pissed off at her.
Oh shit, like
I get why you would also like The Matrix more. I think it has more of a message and it's deeper. And I get that. Kill Bill is not like a strong message, but I like movie. I like it just because it's entertaining. I could excuse a movie not having a message so long as it's entertaining or the style is really cool. So I'll admit, it's a shallow reasoning. I like the way that it looks and the way that it moves. That's the primary reason I prefer Kill Bill over The Matrix. But I know, obviously.
The way she looks and the way she moves.
Yeah. Matrix.
Word.
I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna pick The Matrix for a second.
Same. I thought he was going to be on my side.
Because when you
and then he
came in,
wasn't.
you're like how groundbreaking it
Yeah.
Was
was.
it my
no.
Matrix haircut?
The
Like I just
Matrix
broke out
haircut?
the Matrix. Hey,
He just did.
No,
He
you-
just did.
I guess I did. Here I am. I broke out the Matrix onto the cut the film set.
So here's some
Might go
interesting
back
news that
I'm
you
just
guys.
kidding.
Any fans of Borat in here?
No.
I hate him.
You know,
It's
when it
not
came out,
funny,
my
but-
mom didn't let me watch it, and I've just never seen it.
Okay, all right. I could see we're gonna have some heavy disagreements here. Borat is like one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Has me busting up and rolling out
It's not
every
funny.
time I
It's
watch.
funny,
It was
but
funny.
not gonna say
But
that.
other than
You're not excited for a second part?
They're making it too?
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing
No.
this up.
Yes,
So,
See?
Borat 2 is actually
It's already made.
finished, and it's going to be dropping
It's
a
called
few days
Bruno.
before the election. So this is going to be Borat in
appropriate.
Trump's America. And I think that's so appropriate because
That's
if,
probably
a
going to be
good one.
funny.
Yeah.
Alright.
I won't watch that.
if you go back and watch the original Borat like I did a few years ago, and this is not to get political, but it is a satire. It made me realize how much the Trumpian attitudes that people have has been there. When I was watching Borat, I was like, wait, this isn't anything new. This has always been. So I guess it kind of makes sense that in this era there would be a new Borat movie.
But I do hate him.
Damn.
I don't know. My favorite fighter is not a fan of Borat.
Who would that be?
Triple G.
What do you think of Borat?
Because he's like
Borat. I would give Borat a chance if it was on the screen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
Have
my
you seen
mom
it?
protected my innocent eyes from it. As
Oh,
should.
you haven't seen it.
Well, now his
When
eyes
it
are-
first came
his eyes
out,
are so
my
innocent.
mom
Maybe.
forbade
She
me
didn't
from
let you?
watching it. She was like, "Fuck no." She
You
had
probably
seen it
didn't even
and
watch
knew what was
Jackass
up.
either, huh?
Oh, it's not
She
appropriate
let
for
me see
children.
Jackass as a
Jackass isn't exactly appropriate for kids, but okay.
It was
my
like-
babysitter's husband put it on as a kid, and it was hilarious. It was awesome. Shout out Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, the whole gang, Lee Man.
I think I gave up
Yeah.
on Jackass. It was the second movie, and I think
Yeah.
somebody was drinking horse cum, and I was like eating it.
Give them some fucking credit.
I
Come on.
turned it off and never was like, I'm done with this. That's like the last I'm watching of this.
The fact
It
that
just
you're
totally
eating
ruined
an
my.
In-N-Out.
Okay,
If I
because
was
the
hungry,
first
I'm still gonna
right?
continue eating
because
that
the
shit.
first Jack,
Like,
no, it
yeah.
ruined it because all I could
Uh.
think of was watching his face as he chugged. something foul and disgusting. And I
you were like, it's almond milk. It's
When did that movie come out?
No.
Freaking
It's
Josh,
almond
you and your
milk.
almond milk, dog. He be telling me about that shit.
so I have a bad
You
experience.
healthy
even
son of a
drink
bitch.
Well, one of the reasons
I
that
don't
I
Have to go away now.
one of the reasons that I brought up Borat.
Choco milk all the way.
Mentiroso.
One of the reasons I brought up Borat is it relates to the next question I wanted to ask you.
Lay
What's
it
your
on me.
guys' favorite spoof movie? Anything spoof, whether it's Scary Movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central. You got a
Honestly,
world of spoofs out there.
anything made by the Wayans family, I think is funny.
Is it a scary
Okay, so
movie?
you like the
Scary
haunted
movie,
house?
Don't Be a Menace. I did no. The Wayans family, like all of them, not just Sean or not just Marlon. All of them
They need
have
to be together.
involved because otherwise it's not funny.
It's like the Beatles. They're not really that great. So
Yeah. Yeah.
controversial opinion.
Don't Be a Menace though is like my favorite one. And it's like I saw that movie in theaters.
That's a tough
So
one.
you know I was too young to be seeing it because it came out in like 1993, right? And so I was like 3 years old watching this movie. I don't know why my parents. It's fine. Well, anyways, yeah,
It's a tough one.
it's
Between W and Menace and Scary Movie.
Don't Be a Menace.
You got
They're both funny.
Really, really quick. I upset somebody in the studio with my Beatles comment, I think. And I just wanted you to know I'm actually a big Beatles fan. It was a joke. I
say?
don't. She said when she said the Wayans brothers, they have to be making it together, otherwise it's not good. So it's like the Beatles. It's not the same when they're doing their solo
You just
acts.
anger
I
a
like
bunch
some of their I am some people.
70-year-old men.
I love the Beatles and I do like their solo music. This is totally random, but I don't think it's nearly as good as when they're together. So let's move.
No, it's too late.
Such a
You're about
strict
to get
win,
some-
Jimmy.
Do we have
You're
like
about
a
to get
big
some
Paul
strongly
McCartney
worded
fan in here or
letters,
something? Like, what's
They were back
happening?
there. I think they're happy for. I think I
More of a Rolling Stones kind of guy.
Rolling Stones are a great band too.
Got some good
It's a great
songs.
band. More of a Beatles guy.
I mean,
But we're getting away
we're
from
picking a
the
band. I'm not
Ramones,
picking either
If
If you're
or.
into
starting
strawberry
to get
fields
away.
and walruses and
LSD.
submarines.
Who doesn't want to visit a strawberry field? Speaking of this, it is great. Has anybody
Inside
seen
Your Yellow
Across the
Submarine.
Universe?
Yeah,
Nope, never heard
Your
of it.
mom.
yeah, it's
It's a musical that revolves
It's a
all around
musical?
Beatles songs.
yeah, it's like the whole Beatles
Oh,
movie.
that
It's all-
sounds terrible. I'm
No.
sorry.
I mean, I like
pretty
Yesterday.
good.
Yesterday.
Across you.
Huh?
With the movie yesterday?
Whoa.
All of the songs are
When did
Beatles
Frank
songs.
Sinatra walking the podcast?
Whoa.
Wait, is it an actual movie though,
That's
or
a
is
good
it just
movie,
like
though.
their
It's not bad.
songs
Yeah.
No, it's an
Yesterday?
actual
No,
movie. They
that's a-
construct a storyline and everything
with
from
their
it.
songs?
It's
Yeah, with their
Beatles
songs.
related.
But
You
it's
ever watch
yeah.
Yesterday?
No, that just
Yeah.
came out
It's not that
recently
bad.
too. Isn't that
I
the
don't know
movie
that
about
either,
where
but-
he wakes up and the Beatles music never existed, so he could copy all of it?
Well, he just plays the song, but I don't want to ruin. Like,
Wait, what movie?
The
The
It's
movie
called
called
Yesterday.
Yesterday about a guy who wakes up in a
What
world where the
if
Beatles never
A
existed.
What if the
world
Beatles
where
did?
So
But
he's-
only he
no one
remembers.
remembers the Beatles.
But only he does.
So
Music
he's-
would be
Kind
quite
of only
different.
he does.
So he
Thank
capitalizes
you,
on
Richie.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Richie's Rex, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
So
Netflix.
back to what we were talking about. What's your favorite spoof? So
Don't Be a Menace. That's
Don't
my
Be a
favorite.
Menace?
Yeah, I'd love to go.
let's go to our guest,
Menace
Stefan.
from
What's your
South
favorite
Central.
spoof movie?
Scary Movie 3.
Scary Movie 3.
Very nostalgic memories with Scary Movie 3.
Which one's 3?
The one with
Oh,
Charlie
Kevin
Sheen.
Hart.
The one they make fun of the
They
ring.
make fun of the
No.
ring. They
Remember-
make fun of 8 Mile.
That's when they
Yeah.
started getting stupid.
Make fun
That's
of
when the Wayans brothers
signs.
left.
They were gone
yeah,
now.
exactly.
But my man
That
Charlie
one.
Sheen was in there. in
Hey
full
man, let the
swing.
man have an
Full
opinion.
swing.
The only part I like is like when Kevin Hart and was it Anthony Anderson are talking about like what makes a mouse and what
Talking
makes a
about the
rat.
mouse and the
Okay,
rat.
all right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't
It's a
seen.
mouse.
I,
That's outside. It's a rat.
I haven't seen Scary Movie 3 in a while. Is that the one where they parody the others and it's Michael Jackson going, I am
Yes.
your daughter? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, all right. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was
And the nose falls off.
that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Rest in peace, Michael.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace,
That's
Michael
funny
Jackson.
scenes,
Because
but
this is
they're not the
Thriller.
level of
Yeah.
scary movie.
So Scary Movie
Don't Be a
3, is
Menace.
that your final answer?
Simon.
Simone.
Damn.
All right.
That's
What about
a good choice, actually.
Oh, okay.
A little out of left field,
I,
right?
I mean, I agree.
What
with
about
her. Don't
you?
Be a Menace is awesome.
That's your choice,
I'll be
Richie?
different. I'll go scary movie.
Scary Movie?
Yeah,
The original one.
the original, first one. Like that scene where she's talking about helping out homeless people,
Mm-hmm.
and then the homeless guy comes up. And, oh, get away from me! And go, he's just hungry. And he gives him a sandwich.
I
said I wanted a dollar, bitch. He throws it back at her. That's funny.
What was the scene where he said, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And she says, "Shazam." It's like Shazam. It's not a horror movie. He's like, "You haven't seen Shaq act."
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, he's like, my boyfriend's gonna kick your ass. Oh, he's like, the one that puts on makeup dresses like a woman.
Yeah, it's Dennis Rodman
It's Rodman.
outside. Such a great. I liked a Scary Movie because Scream was already a parody, but it was kind of a serious parody, and then it just took it further. So this title actually came from Scream. The original title of Scream,
a movie,
and that was all the way while they were filming it. That's what the script said, and everybody thought in the T-shirts on set that they were making a movie called Scary Movie. Harvey Weinstein, decided that Scream rightly decided that Scream was a more commercial sounding name and saved Scary Movie for the spoof of it.
Hey, nobody's perfect.
Nah, no one's perfect.
What?
Especially not him.
Poe Buddy's perfect. It's the Office reference.
We do not support Harvey Weinstein.
Forget that scumbag. Lock that fool up and throw away the
Isn't
key.
he already locked up? No.
I don't know. He was putting on some kind of
COVID
show
shit or
for
something.
the judge where he was a walker, which is complete. He's walking up in a walker.
He aged quickly.
All of a
Prison will do
sudden.
that. Or the idea of prison will
Shame.
do that too.
So, what about you, Mr. Josh? What's your
That's a
favorite
good
parody? What's your favorite parody?
Well, you said the third one, which is really good because I really. But then Richie said number. You know what?
You
have to say number
I'm
two.
gonna go in between. I'm on number two.
Go between us.
Dang.
That one got
Number
me.
two is
That
my
was
favorite
pretty
scary
funny.
movie.
So we call it
They
a
even got the whole
sandwich.
Nike commercial in there. That was
Oh, they're dribbling the
with the
basketball.
dribbling the basketball.
The second one. So funny story about the second one. When it came out, I must have been like 5 or 6 years old.
How old
My
are you?
mom took me
These are
with
the
her and her
younger
friends
than us.
at the time to what?
How
What are you
old
like? 24.
25. Born in
She's a
95.
wee baby.
My mom took me with her and her friends
Bad
to
year.
Universal City Walk to watch Scary Movie 2, and I was in there terrified in the opening scene with the Exorcist like spoof.
Ah.
I would laugh at certain parts, and immediately I'd be terrified a second later again. And I was like, "Mom,
Weren't you
like,
a religious young
take
boy?
me out of this." My mom
Let me tell
brought
you
me
that
up
they
to
were the-
No, I don't
believe
mean.
in
I
Jesus
just. But
Christ,
but
you know
doesn't
what I'm
that
saying?
did
Yeah,
that make it
nightmare.
scarier to you? Those scenes. I think at such a young
No, that
age.
bitch just looked fucked up, bro.
Okay.
Did you not know it was like supposed to be like a comedy? Like going in?
Well, he was.
I didn't know what was what.
He's a
I'm a freaking
kid.
kid. My mom
Watching
takes
scary
me
movie.
everywhere.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you go in there knowing it's a comedy, you're not gonna take it as serious.
She thought I would
Yeah.
like it because one time she rented Scary Movie when I was a kid, and she was watching it by herself, and I would peek around the corner to the TV and see a scene and laugh, and she'd hear me and she'd be like, "You can't watch this. This is like, fucked up." And then so she took me to the theater when I was like 5 or 6, and it totally messed me up. I was like, "Mom, like, abort mission, take me out of here." And she's like, "No, you'll like it. You'll like it. You'll laugh." And I was like, "Mom, I'm serious. This is messing me up. Take me out of here."
I saw it in
And she was like,
theaters,
Take
too.
me to
"All right,
watch
all right." And she
the-
took me out.
You,
Aw.
you,
Then
you
you
wouldn't have
wanna
been
go
able to
watch a
hang
pussy?
with me as a
You
kid.
wanna go watch a
Stefan.
cartoon movie after or what?
This dude had a Sleepy Hollow Halloween party when he was like 10.
See, I don't think you wouldn't have been able to
Try
hang with me
5.
as a kid. I think I would have been that kid that shows you things, and you would have ran to your
When
mom.
I was
saying
10,
that
I
kid
may have
shows
still
you
been into
demented.
freaking Aristocats, bro. I don't.
That was my cousins for me.
Those your cousins?
Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies. I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons as a kid. So
My
my
mom,
family
yeah.
was
I
like,
love
my
The
mom and dad were
Simpsons.
the
I grew
worst.
up on
But
The
my
Simpsons.
I was
cousins,
the only child. So
they're
all
the
I
ones
gotta
that
say is I
tortured
wanna
me and made me watch
this.
scary movies
I
by
mean,
You
myself.
know,
I watched
My
it
mom
when I was
outlawed
but
South Park.
You know
My
what's
mom loves South
weird
Park.
for me?
my mom was
Yeah.
cool.
All right, so
That's
my
cool.
my cousin Kim, who left the pot, who had to leave
Yeah.
early, she
And I
like
took her part,
Yep.
sucker.
she like me was into horror movies from a young age. So I remember used to watching horror movies with her all the time, and then watching them with like some other cousins. I used to always think that, oh, kids love horror movies. That was my impression.
Yeah.
Until I was babysitting one day and I threw on a horror movie to entertain the kids, and they started crying.
They're like,
I
"What
felt
do you
bad, and it
watch?"
clicked with me. I was like, not every kid is into that, and some kids are actually traumatized.
It was-
Not everybody was aware like you.
And then playing pranks on them is freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah, I
And
would play
two
pranks too.
cousins,
So,
uh,
but
I grew up on wrestling and Dragon Ball Z. So
I actually grew up on wrestling too.
my
WWF
cousin
when it
came
was the
down doing that whole
WWF.
Exorcist down
And of
the
course, my
stairs.
favorite
Like,
was
she
The
knew how to do
Undertaker
that
and
Did you
shit.
kick her in
Well,
the
of
face?
course.
Because I would have
What's
kicked her in
the
the
rock?
face.
Yo,
Dang,
like,
Chris
what the-
Jericho and Jeff
freaked out,
Hardy,
like, yo,
Eddie
what the hell?
Guerrero, and controversial, but Chris Benoit. Rest in
All right. So before we go, there's one question I want to go off with. Since we're in the Halloween season, we're going to be asking a lot of Halloween questions. I'm not sure if all of you've seen these shows, but
wait,
I'm going to ask.
what was your choice?
For what?
This is Halloween.
didn't
Oh yeah,
choose-
you
Your
never-
favorite
oh, you said
spoof
Scary
movie.
right?
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Mister.
Dang.
Scary Movie 2. I actually agree with
Yeah.
Josh. I love Scary Movie 1, But Scary Movie 2, I have so many fond memories and things that are so quotable. All right, I love the guy with the hand. Take my strong hand. And I like the scene where they're going, my germs.
My germs.
Stuff the freaking turkey.
Oh man! And the one of the funniest parts is when she first gets to the mansion, Sydney, and then she's the
Oh man.
the
freaking
knock is like a
testicles.
pair of balls.
And all you hear is just scream.
"Ah!" Okay. So many.
Or
Oh,
when,
man.
when the beginning, the Exorcist scene where he's taking his shit, but you don't know he's taking his shit.
Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is the best.
How
He's
many
like,
release
this demon. Damn enchiladas. That shit was
As
funny.
a kid, I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
What's going on?
When she pisses on the floor, I was
Yeah,
like,
that was nasty.
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Oh,
is
the kid
this?
going,
Here's another.
I was in the movie theater like, oh my God.
I don't want this
I
popcorn
also,
anymore.
and I have
I
fond
know.
memories of that because
Shake yeah.
that's why too. Like my dad did not want to see that movie, and I insisted that he rented it. And like he was into like really, my dad was really
Yeah.
into a lot of rap and hip hop music, so put it on and he was resistant. And as soon as they did that scene where the priest and all the white family is singing, they're doing the proper songs. There's like, why don't you like, wait this, boom, 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 and then they start doing mystical shake your ass.
Oh
and
my God.
the real shit. Look at it right there. Total man. I have so many many scenes in that movie. I think
it's
about
a-
it and I
It's
smile.
very
It
Yeah.
makes
quotable,
me laugh.
man.
What was that? The commercial.
What commercial?
There's
In
Nike.
Scary Movie 2. The Nike,
Nike,
commercial
yeah.
was,
Doing
that
the
was another
basketball.
great one.
When they're out fighting themselves.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the bigger man and walk away.
And the guy who's in the wheelchair,
A standing ovation.
the guy who's in the
Oh, man.
wheelchair who
You're
refuses
standing
to be
ovation.
helped,
Yeah.
crawling up the stairs,
I can't
dragging
do it.
a wheelchair. So
Doing stuff
I
from
love the
movie.
first one. I actually do like the third one. I just never heard anybody ever say that was their favorite, so it took me off
I
guard.
have some good memories of the third
Yeah,
one.
the
Because I was a little
Understandable.
older,
Older,
for the
yeah,
third
so I
one.
got the
Started,
joke.
yeah.
Who's able to?
But something about the second one that so many fond memories for me. It really takes me back,
Yeah.
and I
second one.
recall
remember seeing
all
that
the
in
scenes in
theaters.
there are really
And
good.
then the movie ends with the Nelly fucking.
hmm
Oh, and then you got Shorty with the plastic bag.
And
This is
the, and the clown is really scary in Scary Movie 2 as well.
That was
You know,
what was that
there's
from?
there's some
Taco Ray,
there's some humor in there that if you're of a certain
that as a
age, you're
kid.
not gonna get. Like
Yeah.
Where's that
what-
clown from?
which one?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Okay.
Oh, they made that disturbing. Scary Movie too. That's
Oh,
actually
God.
kind of scary.
Hey, what are you doing? Finger out.
Oh man.
When you see the ghoul's face, the chick that he puts the bag over her face, and
Mhm.
that freaking scared me as a kid too. Like, oh,
That's Master Kane. That's Jimmy Kane. That's Grandmother
That's
Kane.
Big
Who's
Daddy
that?
Kane.
That's Big Daddy Kane.
oh.
So yeah, that one. I don't know.
And they make fun of
And I
Cindy,
love
too.
Scary Movie 1, but something about the second one has all these memories. There's that one piece of humor I feel is
Probably because you're a little older.
interesting. Yeah, there's something interesting about a lot of younger people, if you're a certain age, you're not going to get it when they're the furnace or something like trash. They find a box that says Florida ballots. And that was
Oh,
during
yeah.
the 2000 election when there was all that controversy about all the ballots that were thrown out. Stuff like that, I kind of feel won't age for like
Yeah.
a lot of.
Beats me. I was
Yeah.
5.
Beats you, you're
Yeah, I
5.
don't know.
And you
Didn't
left
get
the
it.
I was more
theaters.
concerned about my Max Steel action figure.
Max Steel.
Yeah. And Rugrats.
Rugrats?
And
Who's your
Paris.
favorite
I wasn't a
Rugrat?
Max Steel fan.
Chucky.
Tommy.
Oh,
Did you say?
I thought he was gonna say Chucky.
Chucky is a Rugrat.
No, I know. I just no one ever says
Chucky
Chucky is their
Finster?
I
favorite.
think a lot of
Yeah.
puppies, a lot of
As
people
their
say Chucky
favorite?
Finster.
Yeah.
People like
the little scaredy
Chuckster,
cat.
don't they?
Oh, Chuckster.
They're all a figment of Angelica's imagination, anyways, guys.
Mine is Tommy Pickles. Okay.
If I had a favorite
What
Rugrat.
about Dill, man?
I was gonna
Pickle.
say it's definitely the twins.
Phil and Lil?
They're always ready for anything.
would've
They're so
pissed me
down.
off too if I was
Yeah,
Tommy.
Dill was a
I'd
little
been
shit.
"You little
Did you
Trying to
guys
get
ever
rid
get
of
to
him
play
every
the game on PlayStation, the Rugrats game?
Yeah,
You don't remember?
I remember playing.
Where you could go to like I think it was like this reptile land where you went golfing or something.
but
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, that
That
sounds
shit was dope.
familiar.
Yeah,
That was on PlayStation.
It was on PlayStation. So it's really
Yeah, you could do the mini golf.
Everyone plays
Yeah,
the
mini
that was
golf.
dope, yeah,
I remember place.
playing the
the
Crash
Simpsons game
Bandicoot
was dope too.
demo.
So I'm asking you another question. This will be the last one
Hit
since
me.
we're Halloween.
Oh.
These two shows, which do you prefer? Tales from the Crypt
How about the
or the
second one?
Twilight Zone?
I remember
Trick question.
Why is that a trick
Goosebumps.
question?
Creep show. Nah, I'm just playing. Let's go Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone?
Classic.
Twilight Zone?
Very well produced too and put together show.
I think it still stands up to this day. Do
And
you like
there
Tales
has
from the
a-
Crypt? I would hope you do like Tales from the Crypt.
First season.
First season, the only one he watched.
I've seen episodes as a kid, like random ones, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
remember a lot of the.
I used
Wait,
to watch
you
that.
really only
I
seen
remember more Twilight Zone.
No, I've seen like
No, Twilight
The
episodes
Zone.
Twilight Zone.
throughout. Like,
I feel like
throughout childhood.
yeah, the Twilight Zone is definitely more timeless. Like it feels like it's more
Mhm.
like I think it's more universal. Like Tales from the Crypt fond of it, but the Twilight Zone is popular
I watch more
with
Tales
people
than
across the
Twilight.
years.
I
I'd
remember watching it
I'll
in
take
like summer
Tales.
school.
With Twilight Zone.
Yeah, the teacher used to show us episodes.
Well, you couldn't
must
show like
be
Tales from the
nice.
Crypt in school because the Twilight Zone was actually all message, social relevance, commentary, and all of the twists meant something deep. Like, you ever seen the Holder, where everybody's like,
The pig mask, right?
yeah, and it's like a beautiful girl, and they say the people that are.
Remember that episode? I remember the episode where the bank teller goes into the vault and then like a nuclear bomb goes off to read books.
I only
Yeah, I
remember-
think-
And then he steps
Something
on
like that.
glasses.
and it is these people that built their grand.
Built their
Yeah, like they picked her eyeball color, and it was weird. They were like walking around a room of body parts,
Is this
and
the
they're like,
Twilight
"I like
Zone?
these legs." Yeah, I was like,
Jeez.
no, I swear, it was
Grandma,
it
you
was
wanna
so
get
weird.
Astronauts land in like the desert, but they think they landed on another planet.
Yeah.
And then like killing each other, and then guy gets over like
Ah.
the mountain.
Richie's been initiated in the dark arts of
I've seen
the
a couple
Twilight
episodes,
Zone.
yeah.
Rod Serling.
Wasn't there another one where they think they're giants?
Man, there's so many of them. There's this one where there's this little
It's like
kid. This
100
rewatch
seasons
it.
of that show.
There's like this
And it's
creepy
still
little
continuing.
kid that can control
There- it-
people.
yeah,
they
with
never
the
explain
Jordan
why.
Peele.
Yeah, I remember
You've seen that one, and everybody's frightened of this little kid. So when he like makes angry them to do things, they all listen. I don't know. I really think that show holds up.
Yeah.
over the years.
I really
Wasn't there a
love the
movie, like,
doll
in the 80s?
episode.
Mm-hmm. The which one?
The doll episode. Where the guy ends up tripping on it and breaking his neck. Shit happens.
It happens. What about you, Josh? Tales from the Crypt or the Twilight
I
Zone?
would say Tales just because I watched more Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone, I didn't have anything to watch.
It's more a
be like-
generation too.
So I would choose Tales. It kept me more entertained.
It's closer to more hardcore horror.
And it was like what on HBO, like
It was
Right.
on-
It started on
It was-
HBO in '89, and that was
yeah.
before HBO was like a big thing.
yeah. They would show it like at
It's
night.
not television.
They would show it at
You're
what,
correct,
2,
Richie.
2, 3 in the morning.
89,
So it's
huh?
like
I-
when
what
there
happened, it was
sleepless
like,
nights, just watch
It
that.
used to air at midnight because I remember as a kid in the '90s, I used to go to my dad. Always let Tales from the Crypt at midnight.
I was just the only one.
And
watching
Taxi
that.
Cab
My parents-
Confessions.
I remember that.
George
I think
Lopez.
It was like Beavis and Butthead,
Oh, BS. but-
Ren and Stimpy.
I think they say should be watching.
So
The classic.
All right.
So-
classic.
What about you? Oh, you already
did.
answered. So what about you, Heaven?
I agree with Josh. I've seen more episodes, and I hate the guys.
The
Oh.
Twilight Zone or Tales from the Crypt?
Twilight Zone.
Rod Serling?
Amazing.
Yeah,
So
I hate
classic.
his voice.
So soothing.
Rod Serling is a
So
legend.
professional.
I don't. That
That
That's
man
what-
was a groundbreaker.
Broke ground.
Should have gone to Morgan
Did you
Freeman.
see
and
any
did
of
new
the
one.
the Jordan Peele Twilight Zones?
You know, yeah, I did see the Jordan Peele Twilight Zones.
Any good?
It's weird because each one is directed by a different person. I kind of felt like the quality was all over the place. There was an episode that I hated and I thought was awful. There are a couple episodes that I thought were spectacular. One that I thought was all right. A couple that I thought were pretty good. Like, it's all over the place. And I think that's going to happen anytime you hire that many all over. But I'd say it's worth checking out just to see what they do with
Okay.
it, because at its best, it's really, really good.
Is it still airing? That?
Yeah, I think they're just coming out with a new season pretty soon. I've only seen the first season, but
Don't you get the app or something like that?
I think so. Yeah. But
Dang.
the
Who's gonna stream
first
it?
season, the last episode of the first season is
The last
really
episode of the first season
of the Twilight Zone.
with Jordan Peele.
Yeah, the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone.
But
Awesome.
does he do any of?
He just mostly does the hosting for it. He mostly just does the host.
Welcome to Twilight.
So you pick
Ooh.
Tales from the Crypt.
I do.
And then you got F5 on it.
I love them both. I'm actually a big. I have more nostalgia for the Tales from the Crypt because I grew up watching it
Yeah.
and I watch it all the time. I do think that the Twilight Zone is probably a little more holds up a little more
Everybody knows Twilight Zone
compared to Tales from the Crypt. So I'm gonna have to go with Twilight Zone a little bit because I do think it has better writing. It's a little more serious. It has a better production value. But I love Tales from the Crypt. That's an awesome show in its own right.
Yeah, you're right. It's actually definitely like a show.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can't
That type
rewatch
of-
it now and be like, this is great.
Oh, if you grew up in the 90s, you can
Well,
watch
yeah.
it now and say it's
But
great.
like, if you showed it to Gen Z, they'd be like, what the?
I don't know if you can find those kids out there that are into cult movies, but
Those kids are
definitely
cool.
not for everybody. Yeah, the cool kids.
The cool
Shoot.
kid.
Didn't you want to be part?
I'm gonna say no.
You're
I'd
cool
say
in my
I
book.
I
won't
liked
know.
it, so I
Thank
wanted
you.
to be a loser.
I
They
wasn't
want-
cool. I was too busy being hot. I'm just playing.
Yeah, that's why you weren't close.
Forget you, Richie. Anyways, since I'm invading this podcast right now, I got a question for all you people.
I mean,
Who do
people.
you sympathize with more? Frankenstein or Dracula? The man who has no soul and can't love anybody because he can't even love himself? Or Frankenstein, the
Sounds like
freak
me.
who doesn't
Frankenstein's
know
a
himself
monster,
because he's put
though.
together
Frankenstein's monster.
by a bunch of other
Frankenstein
parts.
is the doctor.
Yeah. Frankenstein's
Monster,
monster.
yeah.
Frankenstein.
Who do I
We all
think is
know.
more
Yeah, we all know.
sympathetic?
Who are you more
Anyways.
sympathetic with?
Frankenstein, because in the original Frankenstein and the original Dracula, which we have right here, the original Frankenstein, he was built against his will. He could barely understand what he was doing, and a couple of the killings that he ended up committed were not done intentionally. It's just that he
Doesn't.
he doesn't quite understand, and he feels a lot of pain. And where Dracula is just dark, is a lot darker. It seems more wicked or evil, borderline
People
satanic.
always
He's
try
a
to
vampire.
persecute him and shit.
not
But
his
however-
fault,
I was
though,
trying
you
to
know?
leave you hickeys.
I think I like Dracula
into
more as
it.
I like Dracula more as a character though. I think the Dracula story is more interesting. I think it's a more fascinating character, but I have more sympathy for Frankenstein's
Shoot.
monster than Dracula because I
agree
think
with
he's
that.
more.
Yeah. The love for Frankenstein.
What about you, Heaven?
I agree with you on that because it's true. Frankenstein's monster was like not really knowing what he was doing, and Dracula's like very conscious.
Have you
like,
ever read
I'm gonna eat that person right now.
Have you ever read the
Yes.
Frankenstein novel by Mary Shelley?
No, but I've
No.
actually read the Dracula novel by Bram Stoker. That's an
Ooh.
excellent book.
A Duel
Hey,
of the
but Dracula
Minds.
needs to do it to
See,
survive.
So-
you've read
so-
Frankenstein's monster.
Yes. So
You've read Frankenstein. I've read
Let me show you.
Dracula.
So,
You're wearing Tupac. I'm
in-
wearing-
were the
Damn.
counterparts. Oh, foils. So in the original book, eventually when Frankenstein runs away and stuff from being chased, he freaking hides out in like a cellar or whatever, and he looks through the walls and he sees freaking people learning, someone teaching someone to speak English, and he learns English, he gets smart, and he exacts revenge on Victor Frankenstein. So he's no
Wow.
better than Dracula. So
Well,
I
then-
He's like, you know what,
sympathize
my
I
with
fuck,
changed
Dracula.
my mind because I like vampires
Yeah.
better than I like Frankenstein.
Damn.
Especially sparkly
That's the
ones.
only reason,
Just the
actually.
sparkly
I've
ones.
done
man.
my
Nice.
job.
So who do you?
Miss Twilight?
So who do you think is more sympathetic?
But you don't sympathize with murderers.
You don't sympathize with murder?
Frankenstein's a murder.
They're both
that's why
murderers.
They're both. I never said which one.
He has
Oh,
to do it
that's
to
true.
live.
Okay, then
Sure.
who do you think's the cooler character? If you
Probably Dracula.
Dracula,
I want to
For sure.
suck your blood.
I wish to wash your windows.
the Vindo Viper.
Yes,
Have you-
I am
from
their
Scary
viper.
Stories.
I will be there soon.
He's from Romania. You think?
What about you, Josh? Who's cooler? Or who do you
If he's from
sympathize with?
Romania, why is he like so like?
Frankenstein?
Transylvania.
Transylvania.
Frankenstein?
Richie, get it
Yeah.
together.
Is that
So
a
you're a
real place?
Frankenstein guy.
Yeah, I like Frankenstein.
So you like him more, or do you find him more sympathetic?
More sympathetic.
More sympathetic. Who do you like more? Dracula. See, I think the consensus is that Dracula is cooler, but we feel bad.
Who wins in a fist fight?
Dracula, he's
Dracula.
immortal.
He turns
That
into a
zombie
bat
is
and
gonna
flies
fall
away.
apart. You just
What if
undo the stitching.
What if
and watch-
Frankenstein hits him with the Mac Daddy smack? Boom.
This is
The
a conversation
Mac Daddy
for 1940s.
All right, so we're gonna close it off, but before we go, now you guys all know that we here at Higher Passion Entertainment offer you so many different podcasts to get you going. But if you ever wondered how we produce these shows so fast and with dope quality, we work with our friends at Productive Culture. Productive Culture offers full service recording, mixing, mastering, and podcast production. If you guys want to get your podcast going, hit them up. Go to productiveculture.com/podcast and tell them Higher Passion Entertainment sent you, and you'll get a discount on your first episode. Plus, your referral helps us out if you don't. So don't forget to go to productiveculture.com/podcast. Let them know we sent you. Check out all of our podcasts we have here at Higher Passion Entertainment. We got the Rap Beats and Melodies podcast right here with Stefan the Lethal Weapon. And we also have the Heroes and Mutants with Josh and I, the Sports Dogs podcast
with Richie
and right here, Four Balls podcast, Quick Scope for video games, and more upcoming in the future. Next week, folks. Have a good night.
Signing out.